Man, I am excited for this one. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new guitar, but I can't show it to you just yet because I haven't built it. Okay, so what we've got here is the Jaymz DIY TL or Telly style guitar kit. So this is one of the newer ones. I've seen a couple of videos on these. Sean at Scar My Guitar did a video. I've seen a couple of other ones as well. This is a pre-painted body. And Carnival red is what I ended up choosing because I do not have any red guitars. So let's take a look inside and see what we've got. Like most of the other videos I've looked at, this package looks very similar. So you can see where most of the components are lying. I'm going to take a look at the neck first. So we've got the neck right here. Oh, I'm excited to see what this looks like. All nicely wrapped up. Seems like they did a pretty good job on the packaging. This little piece is shifted down some, but no big deal. Oh, no branding on it or anything. I'm not sure about the nut on this. I'll have to double check, but I believe it's just a plastic nut. That actually is a very nice looking neck. I can't say the fret ends seem pretty well done. You can take down a little burrs here, but yeah, some nice grains, no problems, no dings or anything like that. So that looks really good. I'm just going to set this to the side and I'll just put it back in. All right, so we've got that piece out of the way. Let's take a look at the body. The body is wrapped nicely. Just want to make sure there aren't any dings. Oh, it's double bagged. That's interesting. We got the Jaymz brand there. Hole all the way through. Guessing when they painted it, they hung it from there. And a little dusty. But I do not see any dings or blemishes on this body. It's all looking pretty good. All the holes are pre-drilled. So really there's nothing to do but just put it together. A little rough in there, no problem. I don't know if I'll shield that or not. So it looks like you may be, I'm not sure what sizes this will allow for if you do upgrades on it or not. But that looks really good. I'm going to put that back in there for now. Then we have the pickguard. So we've got preloaded white pickguard. Aha! I do not have a black pickguard. That could be problematic. I don't know if those were supposed to be in with this, and no, I think it's okay. I thought it was supposed to come with both white and black as an option. I was going to use the black. Oh, Leo Jaymz, that is disappointing. That is disappointing. Am I going to have to return this to get that black pickguard, or will they just send me one? I will have to find out. So, got this other box here. Cable, Allen keys, strings. All in a bag. Not sure what this is. Let's see what this is. The control plate with screws. Again, all pre-wired, so everything's just plug and play. Don't have to do any soldering or anything like that. Neck plate. Screws. This is the bridge and tailpiece. These saddles look different. They seem to be all to one side. I don't know that I've seen that before, where they're not in the middle. It's interesting. But there's the bridge and bridge pickup. Put that to the side. We've got the tuning, keys, jack plate. Neck screws are just in here loose. It's interesting. Strap buttons, and I'm not sure what these screws go to. Oh, these go to the jack plate, I'm guessing. And that appears to be it. That appears to be it. I'm going to check and make sure. Haha. So, nice. I'm just going to get rid of that. There's the black pickguard, which is not in great shape. I don't know if that's going to end up being scratched or... That looks pretty beat up. And it was obviously not packaged as well as it should have been. And was able to slide around and get shifted around in there. So, I'll see if that's going to work or not. And reassess. But I'm going to go ahead and get all this stuff on the bench. No instruction booklet either, which I've been seeing a lot of kits lately that have these booklet manuals, all very well done, but no instructions with this one. I wonder why they're skimping on that. Is that the price of the paint job? Who knows? Not that I need the instruction book. I've seen enough of these done and put enough guitars together myself that this shouldn't be a problem. But anyway, there we go. My second Telly. Little disappointed in the packaging job here. Not fantastic. If you're a first-time kit builder or a novice guitarist, you don't really work on guitars, it would have been really nice for them to include an instruction manual for you guys. I think that's going to be pretty important down the road. If you don't have any experience doing this kind of stuff, what goes where, how it goes in, what hooks to what. Interesting. I will say this kit was $118 and some change on Amazon. And at the time that I bought it, they had a $15 off coupon. So I ended up getting it $103 something plus tax. I think it ended up being pretty close to the same price as the full price of the guitar after taxes. So let me get all this squared away and organized a bit, and we'll start putting it together. Okay, so we're going to start with the neck. I'm going to get the tuners on there. And let's see, these are kind of rattly in there. I don't know if you can hear that. One thing I did want to mention too was that in the parts, I do have a couple of the not very desirable string trees here. I'll have to look and see if I have some. There are no pre-drilled holes for those, so I will not install these until after I have strings on. And we'll just drill a little, kind of gauge where they need to be, mark it, and drill a small little pilot hole for each of those and get those on there. All right. So we're going to start the body. So first of all, here's the pickguard screws. I am going to switch from the white to black. Yeah, black. So I'm just going to feed the wire. It's only one wire coming through. There's a hole in the cavity here. And pull it. Make sure it's all fed down in there. It's not hung up on anything. And then we'll screw that in. So here we have the two connections for the pickups. I believe this connection is the neck, and this connection is the bridge. I believe that's correct. I'm going to have to double check. This connection will be for the output jack. And this is what I was looking for, the ground wire. So I'm going to put the ground wire in here first. There's a little hole there. And before I put in the bridge pickup, this, for things like this is where the instructions would be very helpful to people that are not familiar with this. So I'm going to put the ground wire, because when I'm going to feed the ground wire in through here. So that I can lay that down, and it will make connection with the plate and ground the guitar. So we've done that. All right, I'm gonna let me get a rag. Put that there for now. So I've got to feed this through. This is the bridge pickup. I'm excited to be building this and not have to worry about soldering anything. That is, until I do upgrades. Oh, this is backwards. There we go. Okay, so that is lying flat there, so I'm just going to lay that right down on top of it. Find the holes for the bridge screws. Okay, and we've got the output jack. We'll slide that in there. Actually, let's feed it through. Make sure. Yeah, it's fine. Let's put that in there. Anyway, that's so we got the jack plate on. So now what is left is to start plugging things in. So just kind of untangling things here. So I know that this is the wire for the output jack. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. These quick connect things are awesome. I actually had got a set of these little plugs and clamps so I can install these on the ends of my wires in my guitars and create this quick connect system. I have it on one of my pickguards, my beater guitar, the guitar formerly known as Zenny, until I removed the name off the headstock. But anyway, and that's really handy. So if you want to swap out parts or you have different pickguard configurations you like to use, you can easily swap them out. All right, so that means I have this connection, which is the bridge, and this connection, which is the neck. So I am going to plug this one in here. So I believe that should be the neck pickup, and plug this one in here. And if I am incorrect, I switch them, and it's that simple. However, before I take everything, put everything together and then find out I have an incorrect switch, while I have it open, I can test it now. So I plugged it into my amp and powered the amp on. It's quiet. I currently have it in the neck position. That means I should hear this pickup and not this pickup when I tap on it. Let me turn my volume up. Oh, maybe I need the volume up button here. There we go. There, you heard it? Nothing. So I am wired correctly, because I heard it when I tapped there. I can actually test everything, just make sure it works. So middle position should be both pickups. Yep. And that should be this one only. Nothing there. That sounds loud. All right. So that is correctly wired. This is a test. You could do this whenever you're upgrading pickups, or you don't have to have everything put back together. I advise not testing it before you put it back together. You don't have to take everything back apart. So now that I know that is correctly wired, I'm going to go ahead and start putting this down in there. And that on. Last thing on the body. Strap buttons. I'm ready for the neck. So I looked at the neck pocket a little earlier. It seems a little loosey-goosey. So pretty wiggly. It is what it is. I don't know if I need to shim it. I'm not going to file anything off right now on that. And I'm guessing that these are going to screw. Yep. They're not bored out all the way, so they will screw into the body first. I'm just kind of going to get them started. So I'm going to start with the bottom screws first. And there we go. The guitar is put together. Well, almost. I need to put strings on it. Oh, look at that. I lost some paint. I'm going to guess that was around the neck pocket. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it was around the neck pocket right in there. Not a big deal. For $100, not a big deal at all. So there it is all together. I am going to use these strings on the guitar. I may or may not install these. I'm going to see if I have some other ones. Some roller string trees. If I don't, I'll probably put these in. I may or may not film that. But yeah, I want to see kind of, if I can, how this sounds with everything that came with it, without doing any kind of setup or anything like that, and see what kind of setup it is probably going to need. And then I'll put some nicer strings on it at a later date. But anyway, so let me get started on that, and then I'll be back and we'll hear what it sounds like. So I've got the strings on. I did put the string trees that came with it on. I didn't have any other roller string trees. I used the strings that came with the guitar. I've played it a little bit. It sounds okay. It definitely needs some work. So things that I noticed putting it together. The truss rod was pretty stiff. The action seems very high. And I've got the saddles almost lowered as far as they will go. I think I'm probably going to have to replace this bridge at some point. Definitely the saddle screws. I cannot get some of these saddles to screw in any further. I don't know what's going on there, if they're jammed up inside the whatever they screw into. But they won't turn, and I can't intonate this guitar. So definitely work or upgrades need to be done there. I haven't tested the output on the pickups. They sound okay. Volume and tone knobs, pots feel pretty fine, I guess. The switch, kind of clicky. I did try to put a barrel knob on the switch, but the switch wouldn't fit. It's kind of a weird looking switch. The neck I think needs to be shimmed, possibly. I don't know what else is going to help with that action. The output jack, you can see my little Fender Micro Plus here, is just spinning around in there. It's very loose. Tuners are surprisingly okay compared to what I've run into recently. Still not great, but They were a bit rattly before. I would probably upgrade those. And the frets. So the frets need to be filed. I think they are playing it. I'm feeling a little sharpness. The frets definitely need to be leveled. They're not serious, but there are many, many high frets on this guitar. More than 5 that need to be filed down. To be honest, they don't look that big to begin with on this guitar. And they do feel a bit scratchy, so they need a polish. They just feel rough. They look nice, but they feel a bit rough. So, upgrades definitely needed. Work definitely needed. One thing I'm really glad in getting this kit is that despite all the upgrades and work that needs to be done to get this into a little bit better shape, I didn't have to spend a whole bunch of money on finishing materials. It's already finished. So that's a nice for my wallet. So I'll let you hear what it sounds like. I've got it in a neck position, clean channel, no effects. Let's try it in the middle. And the bridge. Let's put some effects on. there you have it. Leo Jaymz. Painted, finished DIY TL Telecaster style kit. Not bad. Not bad for the price point. Definitely keep in mind that this is going to need some work. And it is going to need some adjustment to get it to where it's best for you to play, I believe. Because I think out of the box, put together, without any adjustment, it's can be played, but not very well. Not very well, or not very easily, or not very comfortably. So yeah, I'm excited what the possibilities are for me in this guitar. And I got to do my first kit, which was fun. To put it all together, it definitely took me under an hour. I would say probably 45 minutes or so, if you were just trying to speed through it and get it all built as quick as possible. Easily be done in half an hour to 45 minutes. As long as you kind of know where things go and you're okay not having an instruction manual. Yeah, would I recommend this guitar? If you know what you're doing, I would. Sure, why not? For the price, go for it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun building this kit. I'm glad I've got a kit under my belt now, even though I didn't have to finish it. That's next on my list, or not next, but it's on my list. I'll get there eventually. I like slow and steady. This was a fun project, and if you decide to get one, or if you have one, I'd be curious to know what you think about it, and let me know in the comments. Anyway, as always, thank you again for watching, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Cheers.